Okay, I have so many thoughts. I just finished rewatching the first season of Severance before season 2 comes out this weekend, and I am so excited. There's so much on my mind, but let's get to it. Let's talk about Severance season 1. All right, so Severance season 1. We're going to talk about theories, just like recapping. So let's just get into it. Let's get into some of the things that I noticed watching this season of Severance. So first off, I think it's really cool their use of color. Like a lot of the office when they're on the inside is green, and they wear blue a lot, and there's sort of this symbolism there. Kind of what it can represent a lot of the times is just like serenity and perfection and like pureness. I think that's interesting because that's kind of what Lumen is trying to present themselves as. And I just think it's really cool that they pay such good attention to detail in this show, that they're even down to the colors, they're representing what the show is about and trying to tell you like little things about what is going on with these characters and what's going on in this world. And I love that. Another thing, start off at the beginning where we're not really sure what's going on in this world, and then we find out, right, they're split between the outside and the inside, and we're like, whoa, okay, that's a really interesting idea, but something feels really weird about these people, like they're fake. Everything feels scripted with like Kobel and Milchick. With all the other employees, the severed people, they seem normal, but the people like running it all feel so stiff. And we see these characters slowly start to realize, okay, we've been just like going along with this whole time, but Helly's finally kind of got it out of them that maybe there's something wrong with this place. Something really cool is that when they start a new severed life on the inside, they're kind of like children, right? They can be formed and molded, and that's kind of why Lumen takes advantage of them. But I think it's cool just within the severed employees that they really bring out the humanity in each other. And I think maybe that's what the story's about. They find ways to become friends and to become family and to find love. And I think that's really cool that they could find that even in this trapped space where they feel so confined and like they're missing out on so much of the world. I think it's really awesome that it just builds and builds and builds and builds. By the time we get to the finale, it's just insanity ensuing, and I just cannot wait to see what comes in season 2. So let's talk about some theories about maybe what's happening. So I noticed a few things this season that I just kind of want to get some answers on. So first, this is kind of a small one, but I really am interested to know about Gemma. I really think she'll play a bigger role because why is she's really weird. She's severed, but she's really weird on the inside, unlike the other severed employees. And I feel like there might be a big reason for that. Either she knows she's not actually severed and she's pretending for some weird reason, or they've just kind of given her so little life to work with because she comes in so little. My personal theory might be that she's not severed, and for some reason Lumen is still able to control her. Because there's this moment that I caught. There's a reason behind this. There's a moment that I caught where Mark is just apologizing to her with Helly. They've been walking through the hallways, and he's just apologizing that they left without her. And he says, "I'm sorry." And she looks at him and she says, "I forgive you." And like the music starts swelling. And this is before we even find out that Gemma is, or that Mrs. Casey is Mark's wife. I just found that really interesting. Like, okay, maybe there's something in their past that she was really angry at him for, and maybe that's what led her to do this. Okay, another big theory. Dylan is always talking about crazy conspiracies and what his ideas of everything is that they're doing down there. And so when he starts talking about the O&D coup and the painting about the coup and like the violent attack on MDR, it kind of just like, oh, it's just Dylan being crazy again. But I think maybe there's some validity to this. Somehow there's this unspoken but kind of spoken beef between the two departments, and that's not just coming from Dylan. Oh, I don't like O&D, and O&D doesn't like MDR, and I think that that's definitely a big possibility. Something else I found interesting about O&D was when they went to the O&D department, they found out that they made hatchets at one point, which is interesting because why would O&D need to make weapons unless the company is dealing in something much bigger and much greater and much more malicious than maybe I believe, or it's because there's stuff going on within the company like the O&D coup. So another thing I noticed that was weird, but also, fits the company, was a quote by Keir Egan where he says, "The surest way to tame a prisoner is to let him believe he's free." And it's just interesting that he was kind of openly admitting that the workers there, especially the severed workers, are prisoners because they're trapped there. The innies are trapped there. I know they get to go out and their bodies technically go see the light of day, but they don't. And they don't know what that's like. And so they are prisoners. And so what kind of is the point? Like, what is their goal? Because they obviously want severance for all. They want the whole world to be severed. And is that just for control, or is it for control for a specific purpose? I think it's much more fun and exciting to think that there might be some specific purpose. And I think that there's some sort of desire for godhood that they have. There's a lot of religious elements in this show, especially with the goats. I feel like there's some sort of sacrificial, weird, godlike element to the goats, and I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's very exciting to think about. My mind is just kind of running right now, but I love this show. I think it's incredible. I think season 2 is going to be awesome. The early reviews have been great. Just to wrap up, go watch Severance. Watch season 2. I think it's super worth watching. I love this show. I'm very excited to talk about it with everyone, so please subscribe, comment. I just want to have conversations about this show because this is a show that you need to have conversations about week to week as they come. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Peace.